Alright guys, as you can see here, I've got one side completely done, minus putting the dog bone in, which is not a big deal because I was just doing it for demonstration purposes. All I have to do is just move this piece out here. I'm going to fully assemble this side over here, so pardon the crappy camera angle. I've got to do a few things to make it a little easier for me. So you guys are sitting fixed. I might try bringing the camera up just a hair like that. There we go. What I'm doing here is I'm just removing these body posts temporarily so I have better access to put the new shocks on. Because without them, with these body posts still on, you can't really get a cross wrench in there. Also got to put that on there too, a little washer. Now this A-arm is a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead first by showing you how these go together. We're going to shove our diff cup in through the center. I'm going to show you guys the way the cross pins work on these too. See, there's a hole here. You have to line it up with that. Line it up with your hex first. Then you put your cross pin in through the hex. Once that's through the hex, you have to take, where is it? Take this set screw here and run the set screw up into the hub. I'm just doing it tight enough right now to where it'll free spin, and I've WD'd all my bearings to get the crap out of them because there was a lot in them this time. Now on this A-arm, unlike the front, there are these two little plastic bushings that have to go in, so you slide your first one on. I'm not sure if my front one decided it wanted to eat the bushings. I don't think it did because they didn't fit. But we've got to push this spacer in between the control arm. Get it shoved in there and lined up. It's a tight fit, but that's actually a good thing, so there we go. Got that through there, and now, if you guys remember, this is what I broke the last time around. It's a little bit different style of putting it together than I'm used to. You actually have to use two cross wrenches. I might not for this one, but yeah, actually you do. Take one cross wrench on the bottom, one on the top. You start tightening it, and what I did is I over-tightened it when I did it. And by over-tightening it, that's how you break it, like I did. So not going to repeat that road again because that sucked. That was a bit of a detour. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of our new bolts here that holds our sway bar in. I'm going to get that sway bar situated where I want it. Start by hand threading it. And then grab my power driver. So now our sway bar is connected. After that, I'm going to go ahead and move this A-arm over here. And I'm going to install the dog bone. Get that sitting up where I want it. And then next I'm going to take my axle pin, shove my axle pin in. Now you can see we've got a semi-solid back half to it, What's really going to tie everything in is when I put the shock on and the control arm here. So once again, using the original factory hardware, we'll move this up, get this sort of lined up, and go ahead and shove this bolt through. Got our nylock here on the back side. Get our cross wrench and driver on it. I just pulled everything back out, but no big deal. Quick reset. Get this to go back into the pilot hole. There we go. Our washer back on, and now we're going to take our upgraded shock here, this gigantic shock. We're going to get it back on. This was the reason why earlier I said I needed to pull the body post off so I could get this started and threading on. Otherwise it gets all up in your way. I really need a better damn camera. So that's in. Now we take our other, and that'll be my phone ringing, house phone. Take our other shock screw, run it through. Somebody answer the damn phone already. Now that's all back together. I'm going to slide this assembly in place, which is the rear bumper. Ah, damn it. I love how these are always hard. Get that out of there real quick. There we go. Makes everybody happy, happy, happy. Get these lined up with the holes. I might have to pull this out of view momentarily to get everything to line up like it should. Which, of course, one side perfect, the other side pain in the ass. Usually how it always goes. Alright. So we got our control arms back in. Now I need to run these bolts back in. Which takes some time. Okay, so that one's in. That one's back in. Come up here, push the bumper back up where it's supposed to be. Run this one through. Try and get my cross wrench set up for it. There we go. Magic. And with that, we've got a fully functional rear suspension. So other than me having to go back through and put the other dog bone back in, we are pretty much done. That and the body post mount has to go back on. other than that, we've basically taken every single hop-up part for this truck, and we have successfully installed all of it. So I'm going to show you guys now with a much steadier hand. Up front, you guys know we've got the metal lowers. We have the upgraded shock towers. I have the cross brace. I have the front post, rear metal lowers, carriers. My hubs and knuckles up front are also upgraded now. The shocks have been upgraded to full aluminums, and short of throwing a bigger power plant in this thing, that is every single hop. Oh, and of course, changing out to aluminum body posts. That is every hop-up part for the 8th scale Brian Deegan Metal Mulisha short course truck. And with all this done now, I can actually start adjusting things. Like, as you can see, that wheel is definitely way out versus the other one. I knew I had some camber issues. Not a big deal, easy fix. So we've just added a bunch of badass parts to an already badass truck. So next time you see this truck, it's going to be ditching it. So we're basically finished with this one. It didn't take as long as I figured it would. After a couple minutes, it was kind of like riding a bicycle. Once you've done it before, you kind of hard to forget it. Got a few random screws I got to put back in, and other than that, the mono cockpit can go back on first. After I put my lipo in, I got to give that a good charge. As a matter of fact, I don't want it sitting on a piece of wood, so we're going to go over here and grab it. Yes, I electrical taped my battery. It's not a hard case, so I wanted something a little bit more waterproof, but now you can really kind of see all the aluminum that is on this rig now, which this thing looks absolutely killer. Too bad you won't see any of it under the body, but that's the way it goes. Now, all this was done directly off of Atomik-RC's website. All the hop-up parts for this truck are readily available. There's no back order on anything, so you can, if you have the 1/8 scale, I don't know about the 1/18 if they have any hop-ups for it, because I'm not really into 18th scale. I'm 10th or larger, and this is really, to me, more of a 10th scale than it is an 8th. But then again, I am used to running tracks to slashes, which are more of an 8th scale than a 10th, so either way. All the parts that I have used today are all available for purchase on Atomik's website, as well as this truck. It's definitely a killer truck, minus that one pinion issue I had, but I was rawhiding the crap out of it. And like I said, I've got about 25 packs through this truck, so it's common sense anyways, after about 20 packs, to bust everything down, re-grease things that need to be re-greased, do your maintenance to it to prevent future explosions or very bad things from happening. But that being said, we're done with this one. Can't wait to get out and run it now, test and tune it, and get it working. Later on, I will be swapping out from this 2400 kV to probably a 48 or 36 or something. A little bit hotter motor in it to see what it'll do under pressure now with these all metal diffs, all metal driveline, see what it can really handle. So I'm going to leave you guys on that. I'm going to do a little bit of finish work, and the next time you see it, it'll be out running, hopefully with an EXO. So hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I've had a blast doing it. Rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.